The Galactic Confederation scanning vessel Asterisk, Harmonious Intent Asterisk, drifted silently through the outer reaches of the Cygnus Arm. Senior Analyst Tejo sat motionless at his monitoring station, his six-fingered hands hovering over the control panel. His mandibles clicked together rapidly as unexpected readings appeared on his display. "Director Minji," he called, his voice tight with urgency. "Unknown vessel detected on approach vector. Configuration matches no known species in our database." Director Minji glided across the command deck. Her luminescent appendages dimmed slightly as she leaned forward to study the readings. The ship's pale blue lighting reflected off her silvery skin. "Is it a derelict? Perhaps a rogue mining vessel that strayed from registered routes?" she asked, her four eyes narrowing at the unusual energy signatures. "Negative," Tahoe replied, running another scan. "It's powered and maintaining steady course. Based on emissions, it appears to be primitive, pre-Confederation technology by at least 200 cycles." Minji's eyes widened. "A new species? Here in this sector?" She straightened her ceremonial collar, a habit she displayed when nervous. "Alert the diplomatic team immediately. This is precisely what we've prepared for." The bridge crew moved with practiced efficiency. Within minutes, first contact protocols were activated. The Asterisk Harmonious Intent Asterisk maintained distance while sending standard greeting signals on all known communication frequencies. "No response to standard greetings," Communications Officer Doyun reported, "but I'm detecting radio waves emanating from the vessel. Very basic technology." "Prepare the diplomatic shuttle," Minji ordered. "I want visual contact established within 3 hours." The Confederation diplomatic shuttle glided smoothly through space, its iridescent hull reflecting starlight as it approached the unknown vessel. Ambassador Junho stood at the viewing port, his ceremonial robes rustling as he clasped his hands behind his back. "Fascinating design," noted Science Officer Hayami. "Angular and utilitarian. No consideration for aesthetics whatsoever." The vessel indeed presented a stark contrast to Confederation ships. Where their vessels featured smooth, organic curves, this ship was all hard angles and exposed structural elements. Most concerning were the visible weapon mounts and thick armor plating, unusual for a spacefaring civilization's first interstellar vessel. "Those appear to be primitive ballistic weapon ports," Security Officer Taewoo observed. "Kinetic weapons. We haven't seen those used in space combat for 12 generations." Ambassador Junho nodded thoughtfully. "A young species, then. Aggressive, perhaps, but that's not uncommon for early interstellar civilizations." As the diplomatic shuttle approached to standard greeting distance, Communication Officer Summon activated the Universal Translator, broadcasting greeting message on all frequencies, including basic mathematical sequences and visual communication protocols. For several tense moments, nothing happened. Then suddenly, a response came through their communication array. "This is Captain Junho of the United Earth Ship Asterisk Vigilant Asterisk. We come in peace and wish to establish diplomatic relations." The bridge crew exchanged surprised looks. The translation was nearly perfect. The unknown species had quickly deciphered their communication protocols. "Visual contact requested," Ambassador Junho said. The main screen flickered, revealing a creature unlike any in Confederation records. It had only 2 arms, 2 legs, and a single head with just 2 eyes. Its skin was pale and mostly hairless except on top of its head. It wore some kind of uniform with insignia that presumably denoted rank. "Greetings, Captain Junho," Ambassador Junho said, bowing slightly. "I am Ambassador Junho of the Galactic Confederation, representing 37 spacefaring species. We welcome you to this sector of space." The human's expression was difficult to read with such alien features, but it appeared to be displaying curiosity rather than fear. "We are honored to make your acquaintance, Ambassador," Captain Junho replied. "Humanity has long wondered if we were alone in the universe. Today we have our answer." The diplomatic exchange proceeded smoothly for nearly 20 minutes. The humans shared basic information about their homeworld, a planet called Earth, and explained they had only achieved faster-than-light travel within the past decade. Standard procedure requires us to conduct a biological scan before further interaction, Ambassador Junho explained. This is merely to ensure biosafety protocols for both our species. The scan is harmless. Captain Junho nodded. We understand. Proceed with your scan. Science Officer Hayami activated the standard bioscan. A purple beam of energy swept out from the diplomatic shuttle, washing over the human vessel as it collected data about the organic life forms within. Aboard the Vigilant Asterisk, alarms suddenly blared. Lieutenant Subin's fingers flew across his tactical station. Captain, unknown energy signature targeting our hull. Pattern consistent with weapons targeting systems. Captain Junho's expression hardened instantly. Defensive positions. Raise shields. First Officer Minhee stepped closer. Sir, they claimed it was just a scan. And it might be, Junho replied grimly. But we don't know these beings. We don't take chances this far from home. The bridge crew moved with practiced efficiency, each officer responding to years of training for this exact scenario. Across the vessel, hidden systems hummed to life. The Confederation diplomats watched in shock as the seemingly primitive vessel suddenly shimmered with an energy field far beyond what their scans had detected. The field's complexity and power output suggested technology at least equivalent to their own, perhaps even more advanced in some aspects. Simultaneously, the Vigilant Asterisk executed a perfect tactical maneuver, rotating 45 degrees while maintaining position. The movement revealed previously concealed weapon emplacements along its hull, now fully powered and oriented toward the diplomatic shuttle. Impossible, whispered Tahoe, watching from the Harmonious Intent Asterisk. Their technology is hidden. Our scans showed nothing like this capability. Ambassador Junho's scales paled. We must de-escalate immediately. Captain Junho, please understand. Our scan carried no hostile intent. It is standard protocol for first contact situations. But the damage was done. Trust had been broken before it could fully form. We understand your explanation, Captain Junho replied, his voice notably cooler than before. However, we request that any future scans be announced with specific details about their nature and purpose. The Vigilant Asterisk will maintain defensive posture until we return to our territory. The diplomatic shuttle hastily retreated, its mission suddenly transformed from peaceful greeting to urgent intelligence gathering. As they docked with the Harmonious Intent Asterisk, Ambassador Junho's expression was grim. Director Minji, he reported, we have encountered something unprecedented. These humans appear primitive at first glance, but they possess technology they deliberately concealed from our scans. Their defensive capabilities activated instantly upon detecting our bioscan. A deceptive species? Asked Minji, alarmed. Or simply cautious, Junho replied. But either way, the Galactic Council must be informed immediately. These humans are not what they appear to be. The grand chamber of the Galactic Council gleamed under soft blue light. 12 seats arranged in a perfect circle represented the founding species of the Confederation. A tension filled the air as the emergency session began. High Counselor Jury rose from her seat, her forearms extended in the traditional gesture of urgent address. Her scaled skin shimmered as she moved toward the central platform. This is unprecedented. Jury's voice echoed through the chamber. The assembled representatives fell silent, their diverse bodies all turning toward the holographic display hovering above the center of the room. It showed the human vessel Vigilant Asterisk in perfect detail, slowly rotating to reveal every angle. A new spacefaring species, undocumented until now, with technology they deliberately concealed from our scans. Jury continued. I call upon Admiral Doha to present the intelligence findings. Admiral Doha stepped forward, his chitinous exoskeleton gleaming under the chamber lights. He moved with military precision, each of his 6 legs clicking against the polished floor. The Admiral's compound eyes reflected the hologram as he took his position. "Our intelligence division has completed its initial assessment," Doha reported, his mandibles clicking between words. "These humans originate from a planet designated as a Class 4 death world." Murmurs spread through the chamber. Class 4 death worlds were rare, environments so hostile that most Confederation species considered them uninhabitable. For those unfamiliar with the classification, Doha continued, a Class 4 designation indicates extreme planetary conditions, dramatic temperature variations between regions and seasons, high gravity, atmospheric components toxic to most life forms, frequent natural disasters, and extensive biological hazards including predators and microorganisms. The Admiral tapped his control pad, and the hologram shifted to show a blue-green planet. "This is Earth, the human homeworld. Surface gravity is 1.3 times our standard. Temperatures range from -50 to +50 degrees on their scale. Their atmosphere contains reactive oxygen, a gas that would damage the respiratory systems of 9 Confederation species. Their oceans cover 70% of the surface with corrosive salt water." Counselor Neri leaned forward, her crystalline body refracting light across the chamber in rainbow patterns. Unlike her organic colleagues, Neri's silicon-based species communicated through light pulses, translated for others by the small device at her core. "That explains much," Neri noted, her translated voice calm and melodic. "Species from such environments tend to develop highly defensive technologies and mindsets. Evolution on harsh worlds requires constant vigilance and protective adaptations." The hologram shifted again, showing footage of the *vigilant* activating its previously hidden defensive systems. "What concerns me," rumbled Elder Hayek from his temperature-controlled seat, his massive gas-bag body gently pulsing as he spoke, "is their deception. The vessel presented as primitive, yet concealed advanced capabilities. This suggests paranoia, perhaps hostility. Elder Hayek's species evolved in the upper atmosphere of a gas giant. His translucent skin revealed swirling internal organs as he became agitated. They approached our territory with weapons hidden," Hayek continued. "In the history of our Confederation, such behavior has preceded aggression in 73% of cases." Counselor Jinwoo, the eldest member present, slowly rose from his seat. His arthropod body showed signs of his advanced age, faded shell coloration, and slightly bent antennae. When he spoke, the chamber fell silent out of respect. "Or perhaps it indicates prudence," Jinwoo countered quietly. "Would any of us venture into the unknown without precautions? Consider the facts objectively. They revealed weapons but did not fire. They demonstrated shields but made no aggressive moves." Jinwoo's antennae waved gently as he gestured toward the hologram. "Their actions were defensive, not offensive. Remember, we initiated the scan without detailed explanation. To a species from a death world, unexpected energy directed at their vessel might naturally trigger defensive protocols." The council chamber erupted into debate. Counselor Seoyan, whose aquatic species required a water-filled environmental suit, bubbled loudly as she spoke. "We should establish containment protocols immediately. Their system should be quarantined until we understand their full capabilities." "Nonsense," countered Counselor Da, his winged form hovering above his seat. "This is an opportunity for technological exchange. Their shield technology appears novel in its approach. At minimum," added Counselor Ryu, a sentient plant whose flowering head swayed with emotion, "we should monitor their system for at least 12 cycles before further contact. Caution is warranted." Voices overlapped as the council divided into factions. Some members demanded immediate military preparations. Others advocated for accelerated diplomatic efforts. The chamber's translator system struggled to keep pace with the overlapping voices. High Counselor Jury's patience finally reached its limit. She struck the ceremonial chime, its crystalline tone cutting through the chaos. "Enough," she declared. "We are the Galactic Council. We make decisions based on wisdom, not fear. The chamber quieted as she continued. I propose a middle path. We will send our flagship, the Enlightened Path with our most experienced diplomatic team. Its advanced capabilities will provide security while demonstrating our peaceful intentions. Ambassador Jinsu has extensive experience with first contact scenarios. Yuri surveyed the chamber. We must learn more before making judgments. This motion requires a majority vote. One by one, the councilors registered their votes. The final tally appeared above the central hologram. 7 in favor, 5 opposed. The motion carries, Jury announced. Admiral Doha, you will coordinate with Ambassador Jinsu. I expect daily reports. As the council session formally adjourned, the representatives broke into small groups, continuing their discussions in hushed tones. Admiral Doha remained at his station, seemingly reviewing data on his personal display. Once the chamber had nearly emptied, Doha touched his communication implant, activating the secure channel to military command. His voice was low, barely audible even to those nearby. This is Admiral Doha, to Central Command. Prepare contingency plan Theta 9. Stand by our rapid response fleet in the outer Cygnus sector. A pause as he listened to the response. Yes, full combat readiness, he continued. The Council has approved diplomatic contact, but military preparedness is my responsibility. These humans may be more dangerous than they appear. Dova's compound eyes shifted to the hologram of the Vigilant still rotating above the Council floor. Their hidden capabilities suggest they anticipated potential hostility. A species that evolved expecting threats will not hesitate to strike first if they feel cornered. We must be ready. He terminated the communication and stepped away from the platform. The hologram continued its silent rotation, the human ship's weapons now fully visible, a reminder of the unexpected challenge that had appeared at the edge of Confederation space. In her private chamber adjacent to the council hall, High Counselor Jury reviewed the classified portions of the intelligence report, the parts too sensitive to share with the full council. Her eyes widened as she read the preliminary assessment of human biology and psychology. May the Founders guide us, she whispered to herself. We may have awakened something we don't understand at all. The United Earth Defense Council chamber was built deep beneath the Rocky Mountains. Its walls were lined with dark stone, and soft white lights illuminated the round table where Earth's 12 most powerful leaders sat. Armed guards stood at attention by every door. Captain Junho stood straight, his blue uniform crisp and perfect as he finished his report. His face showed no emotion, but his hands gripped the edge of the podium tightly. In summary, we have confirmed intelligent extraterrestrial life, organized into some form of confederation. Their technology appears advanced in some areas, particularly in propulsion and communications, but notably behind ours in defensive systems and weapons technology. The room was completely silent. Some council members stared at their screens, reviewing the data from the Vigilance encounter. Others watched Captain Junho with wide eyes. General Juu, a woman with short gray hair and more medals on her chest than anyone else in the room, leaned forward. Her face was marked with old scars from the Asian conflict 20 years earlier. And you believe they attempted to scan our ship's interior? She asked, her voice sharp and clear. Yes, General, Junho replied. Their energy beam penetrated our outer hull by 3 millimeters before our shields activated. Our countermeasures interpreted the scan as potentially hostile, though it may have been standard procedure for them. Show us the alien vessel again, ordered Admiral Yunji, head of the Space Force. The holographic display in the center of the table came to life, showing the elegant curved shape of the alien diplomatic shuttle. Its iridescent surface seemed to flow like liquid metal. Admiral Yunji tapped her screen, bringing up the Vigilance sensor readings. The question is, did we reveal too much by activating our shields? We've shown capabilities we can't retract. The shields were level 2 only, Captain Junho pointed out. They didn't see our full defensive capacity. Dr. Sungun, The council's lead xenobiologist shook his head. His long fingers adjusted his glasses as he spoke. Better they know we can defend ourselves. History shows that perceived weakness invites aggression, even among our own species. I agree, said Defense Minister Taeyong. For centuries, we theorized that any aliens advanced enough for interstellar travel would be peaceful. But our own history suggests otherwise. Technology and morality don't always advance together. Vice President Jia nodded. Captain Junho, in your opinion, did these aliens intend harm? Junho considered the question carefully. No, Madam Vice President. Their communication seemed genuine. The scan was likely routine for them, but our protocols were designed to be cautious. We have another problem, interrupted Intelligence Director Yuna. Her silver hair was pulled back tightly, and her expression was grave as she swiped her hand across her display. New images appeared in the central hologram. Our long-range sensors have detected increased activity in their fleet, multiple vessels mobilizing near the edge of our detectable range. Some appear to be military in nature. She zoomed in on one massive ship. Its design was similar to the diplomatic vessel but much larger, with visible weapon ports along its hull. This is their largest vessel. It launched from their central space station 6 hours after the Vigilant returned to our space. Its current trajectory will bring it to the neutral zone within 3 days. The council chamber fell silent. Each leader processed what this might mean for humanity. Defense Minister Taedong was the first to speak. We should mobilize the Third Fleet. Position our forces at the edge of our territory. That could be seen as escalation, countered Foreign Secretary Minho. If they are preparing for diplomatic contact, arriving with warships would send the wrong message. And if they're preparing for military action, General Ju asked, we'd be vulnerable. The debate continued for nearly an hour. Some council members advocated for aggressive positioning of Earth's fleet. Others argued for patience and diplomatic preparation. Through it all, President Hunke remained silent, listening to each viewpoint. He was the oldest person in the room, his face lined with the wisdom earned through decades of leadership. When he finally raised his hand, the room immediately fell quiet. For over a century, humanity has looked to the stars and wondered if we were alone. President Hunke began, his voice soft but clear. Now we have our answer. This moment will define our species' future for generations to come. He stood slowly, walking to the holographic display. The alien ship rotated slowly above the table, its strange beauty captivating everyone's attention. We will not repeat the mistakes of our past, the president continued. Throughout human history, first contacts between different cultures often ended in bloodshed because of fear and misunderstanding. We have learned from those failures. President Hunke looked at each council member in turn. We will extend one hand in friendship and keep the other near our weapon. Prepare the Nova Dawn for diplomatic engagement. Captain Minjin will command. Admiral Yunji looked surprised. The Nova Dawn is our most advanced vessel. Are you certain we should reveal such technology? Precisely because it is our most advanced, the president replied. It can protect itself if necessary, and it demonstrates both our technological capability and our desire for peaceful relations. No deception this time. He paused, looking at each council member. We've prepared for this moment since we discovered faster-than-light travel. Humanity will not start a conflict, but neither will we cower before any threat. The council members nodded in agreement. Even those who had argued for more aggressive approaches respected the balanced wisdom of the decision. Captain Junho, the president said, you and your crew performed admirably in an unprecedented situation. You will join the Nova Dawn as first contact advisor. Junho bowed his head slightly. Yes, Mr. President. Thank you. Intelligence Director Yuna, continue monitoring their fleet movements. I want updates every 6 hours. Of course, Mr. President. Dr. Sunghoon, assemble your best xenobiologists. Prepare first contact protocols based on what we've learned about their biology and communication styles. The xenobiologist nodded eagerly. My team is already analyzing the data, sir. President Hunky returned to his seat, his expression solemn but determined. This council is now in continuous session until further notice. Humanity stands at the threshold of a new era. Let us step forward with wisdom and courage. As the meeting continued with detailed planning, Captain Junho stepped away to look at the large world map on the chamber wall. Tiny lights showed human settlements spread across Earth and throughout the solar system, on Luna, Mars, the Jovian moons, and the asteroid belt mining colonies. For the first time, he fully understood the weight of his discovery. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe. Whether this meant new friends or new enemies remained to be seen, but nothing would ever be the same again. Outside the mountain complex, snow fell gently on the Colorado landscape. The stars above were hidden by clouds, but somewhere out there, alien eyes were watching Earth with equal parts curiosity and concern. The barren star system hung silent in the emptiness of space. A single gas giant loomed large, its swirling storms of orange and yellow visible from millions of kilometers away. 7 airless moons orbited the giant planet, their cratered surfaces reflecting the distant starlight. This empty system had been chosen as the neutral meeting point. No habitable planets, no colonies, no strategic value to either side. The Confederation's flagship Enlightened Path arrived first. It emerged from faster-than-light travel with a gentle ripple of blue-green energy. The ship's design mirrored the Confederation's philosophy, an elegant vessel with flowing, organic curves. Its pearlescent hull seemed almost alive, with sections that could shift and adapt to different conditions. On the command deck, Ambassador Jivi paced slowly, her forearms clasped behind her back. Her silver skin caught the light as she moved between her diplomatic team members. Our scans detect no other vessels in the system, reported Navigation Officer Taman. We are alone for now. Ambassador Jihayan nodded. Excellent. We have time to prepare. She turned to face her team of 12 diplomats, each from a different Confederation species. This meeting is unprecedented, she said, her voice calm but serious. Remember the briefing. Show respect, but remain vigilant. These humans are an unknown. Ambassador, her aide interrupted, his eyes wide as he stared at the main viewing screen. Something is emerging from superluminal travel. All eyes turned toward the screen. Space itself seemed to bend and fold approximately 10,000 kilometers away. A brilliant flash of pure white energy erupted, temporarily overwhelming the screen's filters. When the light faded, the human ship was there. The Confederation crew fell silent in awe and shock. Even Ambassador Jihai, who had seen hundreds of alien vessels in her career, found herself speechless. The Nova Dawn was massive, easily 3 times the size of the Enlightened Path . Its angular design contrasted sharply with the Confederation's aesthetic. Where their ships had smooth curves, the human vessel featured bold, geometric lines and sharp angles. Unlike the hidden capabilities of the first human ship they'd encountered, this vessel made no attempt to disguise its nature. Armored plating covered its hull, punctuated by what were clearly weapon emplacements and sensor arrays. Yet there was an undeniable beauty to its design. The proportions were perfect, suggesting that function and form had achieved balance. The hull gleamed with a dark blue-gray finish that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Their ship is, Science Officer Junho struggled to find words. Intimidating. Ambassador Jihai composed herself quickly. Open communications. The main screen flickered, and a human face appeared. The being wore a dark blue uniform with silver insignia on the shoulders. This is Captain Minjin of the United Earth Ship Nova Dawn *, came the transmission. We come seeking peaceful dialogue. Ambassador Ji stepped forward. Captain Minjin, I am Ambassador Jihai of the Galactic Confederation. We welcome you to this neutral space and look forward to establishing diplomatic relations. The initial exchange was formal and cautious. Both sides shared basic information about their respective civilizations. The humans explained that they represented a united planetary government called the United Earth Alliance, comprising all nations of their homeworld plus colonies throughout their solar system. As the conversation progressed, the tone gradually warmed. Captain Minjin appeared genuinely interested in learning about the Confederation's history and structure. After an hour of discussion, Ambassador Jeed decided to address the subject they had been avoiding. Captain, if I may ask a direct question. Your vessel's design suggests significant military capability. The Confederation values transparency in diplomatic relations. Would you be willing to discuss your defensive technologies? On screen, Captain Minjin exchanged glances with his officers before responding. Ambassador, we understand your concern. Our first vessel, the Vigilant Asterisk, activated defensive measures during our initial encounter, which may have created misunderstanding. Rather than technical specifications, perhaps a demonstration would be the most efficient explanation of our capabilities. Ambassador Jihai consulted briefly with her security team before agreeing. A demonstration would be acceptable, provided it poses no threat to our vessel. You have my word, Captain Minjin replied. Please maintain your position. The demonstration will take place at a safe distance. What followed astonished the Confederation observers. The Nova Dawn deployed a dozen small drones. These unmanned craft quickly arranged themselves in a complex pattern, then fired low-powered energy beams to create a dense field of superheated plasma and debris. This simulates combat conditions, Captain Minjin explained. Watch. The massive human ship surged forward, directly into the chaotic debris field. Its movements were impossibly precise, adjusting trajectory by fractions of degrees to avoid larger obstacles, while smaller pieces bounced harmlessly off its energy shields. The ship executed a series of maneuvers that should have been impossible for a vessel of its size, showing acceleration rates that defied the Confederation's understanding of inertial physics. Incredible, whispered Science Officer Juno. Their navigation systems must be operating at quantum speeds. Next, the Nova Dawn positioned itself at the center of the debris field. Captain Minjin's voice came through the communication channel again. Now, a demonstration of our shield technology. Please monitor with your sensors. The drone suddenly fired concentrated energy beams directly at the human vessel. The shields flared brilliant blue as they absorbed energy that would have crippled Confederation vessels of similar size. Not only did the shields hold, but sensors showed they were redirecting the absorbed energy to the ship's power systems. They're using the attacks to power their own systems, Technical Officer Do Yun reported, his voice filled with disbelief. That shouldn't be possible. Most shocking was the final demonstration of their propulsion system. The Nova Dawn accelerated to near light speed, then executed a maneuver the Confederation had long believed theoretically impossible, a right-angle turn at 99% light speed without tearing itself apart. Our sensors indicate they're using a hybrid approach, Junho reported, studying the readings with growing amazement. They've somehow combined gravitational field manipulation with inertial dampening technology. The Confederation has always considered these technologies incompatible due to quantum interference patterns. Ambassador Jihai watched the demonstrations with a growing sense of unease. These humans were far more advanced than initial reports had suggested, particularly in military technology. Unbeknownst to either diplomatic team, the entire demonstration was being secretly recorded and transmitted back to the Galactic Council. A hidden monitoring probe, placed in the system before the meeting, captured every detail of the human ship's capabilities. In the Grand Council chamber, the 12 representatives watched the footage in stunned silence. High Counselor Jury's face had paled. Elder Hayuk's gas-bag body had contracted in the universal sign of fear. Admiral Doa stood at the central platform, his compound eyes fixed on the display. "This confirms my warnings," he said, his voice sharp with urgency. "These humans possess technology that rivals or exceeds our own. Their military capabilities are clearly developed far beyond what a young spacefaring species should possess. Perhaps they simply focused their development on defensive systems," suggested Counselor Jinwoo. "Or perhaps they prepared specifically for war," countered Doa. "Notice how their vessel is designed primarily as a warship, merely adapted for diplomatic functions." He turned to face the Council directly. "They must be contained before they make contact with other species or expand beyond their current territory. I propose immediate military action." High Counselor Jury looked troubled. "The diplomatic exchange appears to be proceeding peacefully. Military action seems premature." "With respect, High Counselor," Admiral Doha replied, "we cannot afford to wait. My battle group is already en route to the meeting point. I merely require Council authorization to proceed with containment protocols." The Council chamber erupted in debate, but Admiral Doha had already made his decision. As he left the chamber, he activated his secure communicator. "This is Admiral Doha to Battle Group 7. Proceed to target coordinates at maximum speed. Engagement authorized. The humans must be contained." The soft blue glow of holographic displays filled the command deck of the Nova Dawn as Captain Minjin explained Earth's approach to gravitational physics. Ambassador Jai and her diplomatic team listened with great interest, occasionally asking questions that revealed their surprise at human scientific development. "So you see," Minjin continued, pointing to the rotating model of interacting fields, "where Confederation science treats gravity as a fundamental force, we discovered it could be manipulated through quantum field interactions. This allows us to—" Sudden red lights pulsed across the bridge. A harsh alarm tone cut through his explanation. "Multiple vessels approaching at attack velocity," reported Lieutenant Hana, her fingers moving quickly across her tactical display. "5 ships. Confederation design. All weapons systems charged and targeting us." Captain Minjin's expression remained calm, though his eyes narrowed slightly. On screen, the main view screen shifted to show 5 Confederation warships, their sleek designs similar to the Enlightened Path but bristling with visible weapons ports. They moved in a clear attack formation, spreading out to surround the Nova Dawn *. Ambassador Jihai's silver skin paled to an almost white shade. "This is impossible. We are in diplomatic negotiations. Inform the Enlightened Path *, ordered Minjin calmly. "Ask if these are their vessels and if they have any information about this approach." Communications Officer Jimin quickly sent the message. Ambassador Jihai was already speaking urgently into her personal communicator, her forearms gesturing in agitation. Her horrified expression answered before her words could. "Captain, these ships are not authorized by the Council. I'm receiving reports that Admiral Doha has acted independently, against direct Council orders." "So this is a rogue military action," Minjin said, his voice remaining steady. He turned to his crew. "Battle stations. Defensive positions only. I repeat, defensive positions only. No preemptive strikes." Throughout the massive ship, crew members moved with practiced efficiency. Shield generators hummed to full power. Weapon systems came online but remained locked in defensive configurations. First Officer Chono stepped closer to Minjin. "Sir, we could easily outrun them. Our FTL drive is fully charged. Running would only confirm their suspicions that we are a threat." Minjin replied quietly. "We stay." The battle group of 5 heavily armed Confederation warships completed their surrounding formation. A flash of energy erupted from the lead vessel, a warning shot that splashed harmlessly against the Nova Dawn's shields. A transmission came through on all frequencies. A stern alien face appeared on screen. Admiral Doha, his compound eyes gleaming with determination. "Human vessel, this is Admiral Doha of the Confederation Defense Force. Your technological capabilities represent a clear danger to Confederation security. Surrender your vessel for inspection and technology assessment, or face destruction. Captain Minjin stood, straightening his uniform before responding. Admiral Doa, this is Captain Minjin of the United Earth Ship Nova Dawn *. We are engaged in authorized diplomatic exchange with Ambassador Ji. We have committed no hostile act against the Confederation. Your actions violate diplomatic protocols. Protocols do not apply to existential threats, Doa replied sharply. Your weapons technology exceeds acceptable parameters for a newly contacted species. Final warning. Lower your shields and prepare for boarding. Captain Minjin's response was measured but firm. We decline. We have committed no hostile act and will defend ourselves if attacked. I strongly urge you to stand down and consult with your council. Admiral Doa cut the transmission without response. They're targeting our propulsion systems, Lieutenant Hanna reported. Energy weapons charging on all vessels. Ambassador Ji stepped forward. Captain, I formally apologize for this outrage. The council will. There's no time for that now, Ambassador, Minjin said gently. Please move your diplomatic team to the secure conference room. Lieutenant Jimin will escort you. What followed was brief but decisive. The 5 Confederation vessels launched a coordinated assault, energy weapons firing simultaneously at the human ship's engines and weapon ports. The Nova Dawn's shields flared brilliant blue as they absorbed the attack. Shields holding at 97%, reported the defense officer. No damage to any systems. On the tactical display, the Confederation ships adjusted position, clearly surprised by the ineffectiveness of their attack. They launched a second, more powerful assault. They're using their maximum weapon output, Lieutenant Hanna noted. Shields now at 92%. Captain Minjin nodded. Tactical. Prepare countermeasures package 3. Target their weapons and propulsion only. Minimal power. We want to disable, not destroy. Countermeasures ready, sir. Execute. The Nova Dawn responded with surgical precision. Rather than using its main weapons, it deployed a series of targeted electromagnetic pulses, precisely calibrated to overload the sensitive control systems of the attacking ships without harming their crews. The pulses were followed by precisely aimed low-power kinetic rounds that disabled external weapon mounts. Within 3 minutes, Admiral Doa's battle group drifted powerless in space, completely neutralized without a single fatality. Their engines were offline, weapons disabled, and communications limited to emergency channels only. Open a channel to Admiral Doa's vessel, Captain Minjin ordered. The Admiral's face appeared on screen again, now showing clear signs of shock and anger. Admiral, Minjin said calmly, your vessels have been temporarily disabled. Life support and basic functions remain operational. We could have destroyed your ships with our first counterattack. Instead, we chose restraint. Remember this when you question humanity's intentions. He paused, letting the words sink in. Ambassador Jihai will arrange for Confederation support vessels to retrieve your ships. I suggest you use this time to reflect on the difference between having power and using it wisely. 3 days later, in an emergency session of the Galactic Council, the diplomatic aftermath unfolded. Admiral Doa stood before the council, formally stripped of his rank. The chamber was packed with representatives from all 37 Confederation species, all eager to witness this historic moment. High Counselor Jury stood at the central platform, facing Captain Minjin and the human delegation. Today marks the beginning of a new era, she announced. The Earth Confederation Charter will recognize humans as equals within our galactic community, despite their recent arrival on the interstellar stage. She turned to face Minjin directly. We misjudged you, admitted High Counselor Jury, her voice carrying throughout the chamber. We saw your weapons and assumed conquest. We should have recognized that those who survive harsh worlds do so through cooperation as much as strength. Captain Minjin stepped forward to sign the historic document. The motion capture cameras transmitted the event to billions of beings across Confederation space and back to Earth, where humanity watched with pride and hope. On Earth, we have a saying, Minjin said as he completed his signature. The most dangerous animal is not always the one with the sharpest teeth, but the one with the wisest mind. As the ceremony concluded and the formal reception began, Ambassador Jai approached Minjin privately. They stood near a viewing window that overlooked the spectacular rings of the gas giant planet, where the Confederation's central station orbited. My people still don't understand how your species developed such advanced defensive technology, she said quietly. Our scientists have studied your ship's capabilities. The evolutionary path seems improbable. Most species develop space travel long before achieving such military technology. Minjin gazed out at the stars, considering his response carefully. Perhaps, he replied, it's because throughout our history, we've been our own greatest threat. Our world was not only harsh in its natural conditions, but in how we treated each other. We fought countless wars, developed weapons that could destroy our entire civilization. We learned to defend against ourselves, and in doing so, became prepared for anything the universe might send our way. He turned to face her, his expression solemn but hopeful. The same creativity that once built weapons of mass destruction now powers our ships, shields our colonies, and has brought us to the stars. We haven't forgotten our violent past, Ambassador. We've transcended it. Ambassador Jai's 4 eyes blinked in the gesture her species used to show deep understanding. Then perhaps, she said, humanity has much to teach the Confederation after all. As their conversation continued, a new ship appeared through the station's arrival portal, the UES Harmony *, Earth's first dedicated diplomatic vessel. Its design incorporated elements of both human and Confederation aesthetics, a physical symbol of the new relationship beginning to form between these very different civilizations. The universe, vast and ancient, had witnessed countless first contacts between species. Some ended in war, others in alliance. But this one, between humans and the Confederation, would be remembered as the moment when understanding overcame fear and wisdom prevailed over power. The end.